yesterday's deliberations before this committee. And at one instance, when the Honorable Senator Kindiki was here, a question was put to him by the leader of minority on a payment that came from a company that was called Out of the Box, that was said to be proceeds of the NYS scandal, I think some time back in 2015 or 2016. And Professor Kindiki contended that that payment was actually not to his law firm, but to your law firm. And you thereafter owed him some 500,000 shillings that you paid him by check. And he indeed indicated that it was not his business to know where the money came from. Now that you're here, Senator Murkomen, get out of the box and tell us whether that money were proceeds of crime, whether that money came from NYS, and what you are being paid for. Two, Senator Murkomen, you've been nominated into a very important docket. And I'm certain you must have done some homework now, or rather you live in this country. And maybe, Honorable Speaker, I should also country have stalled, including very critical highways like the ABC to Rironi Highway. I don't know, now that you've been nominated into this position, where you've applied your mind to what innovative ways you would have to employ as soon as you take office, if you are approved, to one, sort out the issue of pending bills, because it is negatively affecting the performance of the economy in terms of money circulating in the economy. And two, to ensure that all those stalled road projects are completed in a timely manner, and good roads are done for the people of Kenya to be able to derive value from the money that has already been invested in those roads. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
One day.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will be very brief. Senator Murkomen, as an officer of the court, and a distinguished one for that matter, your trust and faith in the justice system is very important. You will recall, in the wake of the controversy around Aror and Kimware dams, you were quoted just before the DPP undertook some prosecutions. You were quoted as having described the whole issue as a charade. Okay? I just want to find out from you if you still hold the same view, in view of the fact that thereafter a task force was formed to undertake some inquiry into this matter. A task force headed by PS Professor Maringa. And if at all you came to, if at all you read the report of that task force, because personally I tried looking for it, I couldn't lay my hands on it here as chair of PAC. Yeah, that is one. Two is on the LAPSSET issue. You know, the LAPSSET Corridor Development Authority was supposed to serve as a special purpose vehicle for the implementation of the LAPSSET corridor project. So how will you ensure that LAPSSET Development Authority gets all the necessary powers and capacity to accomplish the assignments as per the law establishing it? That is very important. But secondly, why can there be a specific budget channeled directly to, domiciled at LAPSSET Authority for implementing these program components? Thank you.
Thank you. Owen.
Thank you, Chair and Speaker. Senator Murkomen, I have nothing actually to declare interest on. I want to you to address yourself to the question of open sky policy, and looking at Mombasa, which is actually an international airport by its name, but in operations it has become more of a domestic airport. We used to have 67 charter flights that promoted tourism in the area. But now we only have 2 remaining. We also used to have Qatar Airways fly to Mombasa, Ethiopian Airways, and many other international flights would land in Mombasa, and it promoted the tourism in that area. But there has been a deliberate policy called the protectionist policy on Kenya Airways, protecting Kenya Airways, and therefore it has shut off all these other airlines, and it has closed the airspace only for Kenya Airways, turning into more of a domestic airport, same as Malindi. This has hurt tourism, and those people that come from the tourism areas, especially at the coast, are suffering, not because of the Minister of Tourism, but because of the Minister of Transport, because they have done an injustice in terms of the airspace. What will be your policy towards opening up the airspace to ensure that we have direct flights from London, from Frankfurt, from Milan, so that we can promote tourism? Because your ministry, the ministry you've been nominated to, cuts across other ministries as a supporter, as it supports in terms of infrastructure. That is one. Mr. Speaker, the people of Malindi have also asked me to ask this question. The airport in Malindi has always been said to be expanded, and actually Kenya Airports Authority is said to have taken over land from people and have promised to pay. Those people are living in Scala, they're living as very poor people because their land has been taken. They are not allowed to do any development on the land, and yet Kenya Airports Authority has not paid them up to this point. And it has taken many, many years. While the airport is lagging behind because nothing is happening and it is killing tourism, the people are living in poverty because they have not been paid their money. What would you do when you are approved as minister in that area? I thank you.
You deal with those 4?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, let me first deal with the question of Senator Kimani Ichung'wah, so that I come back to my teacher, because
I've never been a senator.
No, sorry. Honorable Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah. There was a senator called Kimani Wamatangi. So that creates that confusion. Mr. Speaker, let me first deal with the question of the out of the box, Mr. Speaker, and the question of mentioning of SMS advocates. It is true, Mr. Speaker, that sometime in 2016, the Committee on Public Accounts Committee investigating the NYS saga came to the conclusion that, Mr. Speaker, a client known as Out of the Box Company Limited was paid by was part of the companies that were suspected to have participated in the NYS scandal. Although, Mr. Speaker, the evidence that was before the committee indicated that that company was contracted by the planning ministry and not the NYS. But be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, the SMS advocates that were the lawyers for the Out of the Box handled a transaction that Out of the Box Limited purchased a property via SMS advocates. Mr. Speaker, the committee received a representation from both parties. And although, Mr. Speaker, as you know, you are a lawyer of a senior lawyer, actually, you and your deputy, Mr. Speaker, very senior, yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker, of high repute. When we receive resources from clients to purchase a property, there is no legal requirement to go and ask them, how did you earn them? Some get them by, Mr. Speaker, collecting, Mr. Speaker, offering in charge. Others by selling whatever they sell, Mr. Speaker, others by employment they have. But once money comes from the account to the law firm's responsibility is just to ensure that you use them prudently to carry out the transaction that the client requested. The law firm did so, and despite that representation, the committee went ahead and made adverse recommendations against the SMS advocates. Aggrieved, the law firm went to court, Mr. Speaker, in 2017. And Mr. Speaker, on April 3rd April 2020, The court ordered as follows, Mr. Speaker, that an order of certiorari is issued to bring into this court and quash recommendations 12 and 13, which were advanced on the SMS advocates of the report of Public Accounts Committee inquiring into the happening of NYS, violate petitioners' rights guaranteed by the Article 47 of the Constitution of Kenya. So, Mr. Speaker, as a senior lawyer, you know, once the court has quashed those proceedings, they are as though they never happened. And so, Mr. Speaker, to me, that's no longer an issue. That matter has been rested by the decision of the court. And anyone reading parliamentary report, a particular recommendation of the committee, paragraph 12 and 13, should now be aware that that has been quashed by the court. And that now leaves me, Mr. Speaker, to deal with the policy issues. Mr. Speaker, I want to collapse some of the questions that have been asked sector-wise. My teacher has asked, Honorable Sholei, Deputy Speaker, has asked a very important question about congestion of the Northern Corridor Road. And Mr. Speaker, particularly at the Malaba border, where we have a problem of congestion insofar as clearance is concerned. The problem in Malaba border is twofold, Mr. Speaker. One is the technology used by KRA to be able to clear truckers. Sometimes they have been facing challenges, and as a result of that technology being used, Mr. Speaker, sometimes even the challenge is about internet availability. And Mr. Speaker, we will work with the relevant Ministry of Finance and the Kenya Revenue Authority to ensure that they are able to put in place modern technology that
ne kavila niambia wengi mukamba ni wisi yako sandongoi inyusa muluo
yu vaikunyo muluo nondo vilingi ni wabukwa
ukamba witu ni museo na wilato ndi ito utongo TV kwa tanyo ya mukamba ni tuafika
mauvo mawo makele mavuti no konya uteti utandivya nanema no manedwa bandi ni wa vilingi wa mauvo
Metha maitu menguno kilandwani ukamba wito
kuma ketwinzene mweka make ono mama sako mamoka nenyo mama sako mweka nyamae ono mama kuene matinda
Anaitu maisio siake suwani inyamu sieni munene wa Kenya ilovi kitambasie kwata iki lalawa nundu wao ni wenyu wa mauvoni wa dhela itisina wa vilingi kuvuvwa yu mwe makwata mema vyo maumete iko
cha kimwe kiruanda na ngwatanio livina yu utongo TV nikoka memekoka kama visa alake ukwata nyamukamba
utongo TV
ngwatanio ya mukamba
nitwavika
wimi wa ng'ombe cia yiia thini wa kilungu wasia wa mwimi
ingi nona guciye mukeka wakina
mukeka ucio ukomea tumena iwo ukomea mwega mundu
kwete mutaalamu tukanena nesia maundu ma wimi na mutolito transplant sasa nata
transplanting by sauteka provided with the ndoni vena pa out right in the field ni wet
nondo tuta mina kulika mitwe wenda wabaluka pyo
Muto na kwitha imonda flat muno ugethi ono katema mbaro ya matambio atano ndio itegemea nondo mbaro icio tona kuongamia kiugo